And over to you, Ashish.
Dear friends, welcome back to our Ascension Sunday program, which we are calling Catholic TV. And in this final segment, I'd like to talk about some developments in the archdiocese, especially related to the archdiocese pastoral mission plan. That is the fruit of the diocesan synod that took place in 2018 and 2019, which was quite a moment of grace for us, the opening and the closing, and how that was an evidence of the faith of the people here in Fiji. And one of the goals of the pastoral plan is to enhance effective pastoral leadership and governance in the Archdiocese of Suva, here in the Archdiocese office, and particularly in parishes. And so over the last beginning with during Lent, during Lent, building up to Holy Week, we had a priest's recollection on the Chrism Mass Day, where we talked about pastoral leadership and something that we want to develop, which we call the parish leadership team. And so this is really a putting to action, implementing the third goal of the synod, and that is to develop good leadership and good governance in the church. But before we go into that, I'd like to just play one of the videos that was played before the closing of the Synod Mass that was held at Sacred Heart Cathedral, which tries to sum up the Synod and the fruits of the Synod. Thank you. I hope that video brings back memories of our own synod and the energy and how the Spirit worked in Catholics in Fiji. Last year and a little bit of this year was very challenging for me as the Archbishop, and also frustrating and a little bit disillusioned, not knowing how things are moving along, particularly with when we had to discipline some of our priests because of non-performance and weaknesses that emerged in their ministry. Because of that experience, I began to ask myself, and I was sharing with Father Studio, there must be something wrong in how we are helping or appointing our priests because the failures that we are seeing. There must be something wrong. What are we missing? Is there something that we can do? These were hard questions that I was asking myself and looking for answers on how to better and support our parish priests in their ministry so that they don't go through, this breakdown and losing focus on their ministry and their vocation. So as I looked and for resources, I came across a very wonderful resource, and that's coming from a movement in the USA called the Amazing Parish. The Amazing Parish is a movement put together by a man, organizational consultant. He himself is the CEO of his company. His name is called, he's Patrick Lencioni. So Amazing Parish puts together a support system, a parish leadership model that will help the priest in carrying out his ministry, so that he is not alone, and that there is a team there to support the parish priest, so that he can do that he is not alone making decisions, so that there is a team that he can talk with, so there is a team that can challenge him, or there is a team that can look at the same issue in a different way, or even a team that he has a very close relationship that can even challenge some of the decisions and the thoughts of the parish. So as I read through this Amazing Parish, I thought this was something wonderful, and I told myself, and I tell people, this is definitely the work of the Holy Spirit, something, dropping when there is a need or there is a crisis. Then my recent visit to the US, I tried to know more about the Amazing Parish, and then I talked to Father Custino Dombona, diocesan priest that's working in Michigan, and asked him about Amazing Parish, and he said, oh yes, we're actually using it here. So, and he said that you should look at this other resource that's coming from another group of people called the Divine Renovation. That's coming from Canada, and Divine Renovation is spearheaded, founded by a priest, Father James Mellon. So Divine Renovation and Amazing Parish basically speaking about the same thing. Parish leadership team, and so Father James Mellon and Patrick Lencioni actually speak the same language about parish leadership team. And so what is this parish leadership team that we've just finished 2 workshops on this last week, one with the Episcopal vicars, so that they are up to date with this development, to a tool that will help good leadership and good governance in the church. And then on Thursday and Friday we had parish priests and some of the parish leaders from the Suva greater area parishes that attended a workshop in the ashram in Nandi. So what is this parish leadership team? So Patrick Lencioni says that parishes are the most important organizations in the world because they help establish God's plan for the world. That's why it's the most important organization in the world. Now, if this is true, he says, then if we are convinced that the parish is the most important organization in the world, then the leadership of the pastor is critical. He is the spiritual leader and the executive authority of a parish. But he cannot run this parish alone. He cannot do it alone. And many of us priests, we know we can't do it alone. I've been in parishes, I told myself, man, if I have to run this school, secondary school, primary school, parish, I need more than 7 days a week. It's just too much. We can't do it alone. Now, writers on good leadership say a good leader is one that's surrounded by a strong leadership team. So Patrick Lencioni says that great pastors, great parish priests surround themselves with a team of leaders who share the responsibility of leading the parish. And we call that team the parish leadership team. We are making the abbreviation that it's the PLT team, Parish Leadership Team. So their role really is to help the priest carry out his leadership and good governance. Just like me, I can't run the whole diocese by myself. That's why we have Episcopal vicars. And this is what we discussed, that I discussed with the vicars. I need them to do my leadership and good governance well. That's why you have vicar for the 3 vicariates, the 3 regions, and vicar for each commission. If they do their work well, then they help me. My leadership will be good. My leadership won't be good if they are not giving me their full support. That's why vicars must be of the same mind as their bishop. Now, likewise in the parish, a parish priest can only do his work well when he's surrounded by a strong leadership team. Now, many parish priests will agree, as I have said, we need a support group in order to fulfill the many tasks that we have as parish priests. And so, just because there's many things that we have to attend to. So this leadership team, what is their role? Parish leadership team exists to assist the pastor in managing, leading the parish. And this involves everything from strategic decisions, people management, to operations, finances. And so the role of the leadership team is to look beyond, their areas of expertise or even their communities or their sectors. They look at the whole parish and help their parish priest or their pastor to protect the good, the welfare, the spiritual and the temporal. That means the physical assets and the spiritual assets, and that is the people. So, as I've said, then the pastor will be good because there is a good leadership team that is supporting him, that shares the responsibility, that listens to him when he's frustrated or angry or lost, and they offer their input and their suggestions. So this is what a leadership team is, and it's a little bit different, very different from the pastoral council. Pastoral council only advice. The finance council advises, but this is a team that meets every week with the parish priest and shares the responsibilities, some of the responsibilities that come from the pastoral council or the finance council, and they help the priest implement this. So we ask you to pray for this because this is part of our synod, the implementation of our synod. We're moving the synod into action, and one of the goals is this: to have good leadership, good governance in our parishes. And one of the tools we will use is this parish leadership team. And next week we will discuss who should be in this team, how do the priests select the parish leadership team, and how does it work. So I'll give that will be the subject for next week. Meanwhile, I thank you for your support for our synod. Now we are going into synodality. Please continue to pray for our own synod, and especially for our parish priest and the development of this parish leadership team, so that we have good leaders and good governance in our parishes. Thank you.